We hear lots about the benefits of optimism, but can pessimism help too? The answer is it can, and while that might seem like a contradiction, I want to think about the personalities of optimists and pessimists as a set of thinking strategies that are not necessarily mutually exclusive. You can dip into the strategies used by both to see if they work for you. Pessimists tend to have low expectations. They're oriented to expect things not to turn out well, and actually, in certain circumstances, that's a good approach. If you're anxious by nature, or you're facing a situation causing you anxiety, and if you've tended to do pretty well in the past, then telling yourself that it doesn't matter if you don't do well might actually help you achieve. It can relieve you of the pressure of having to do well, and ironically, it might actually help you perform better. I have found, for example, that students who are high in pessimism and high in anxiety and who've tended to achieve maintain a high level of motivation. A level of motivation that's just as good as those who are high in optimism. The relationship between stress and anxiety and performance is not linear, it's curvilinear. It's like an inverted U. You need a certain level of anxiety to perform at your best at the peak of that inverted U. This corresponds to optimum performance. And experiencing anxiety that's greater than the optimum, then your performance can start to dip. And that can happen if you're already anxious and you're expecting yourself to do well. It can inhibit performance. Relieving yourself of that pressure might actually help you achieve. And we can combine pessimism and optimism. I play tennis and often face situations where if I lose my next point on my serve, my opponent might steal the game and be closer to victory. In those circumstances, I say in my head, it doesn't matter if I don't win this game. That's the pessimism, because I know there'll be chances for me to break back later. That's the optimism. I know it's a mind trick, but knowing that doesn't mean it won't work. So if you're facing a situation that causes you anxiety, and you've tended to do pretty well in the past, try not to give yourself a hard time about having to do well this time. This strategy is likely to bring your anxiety down to a level that might actually help you achieve. It might help you perform better. Add defensive pessimism to your cognitive toolkit. Try it and see if it works for you.